So great to see you, many new faces. Thank you for switching your cameras on. I can see you, I can interact better. It's amazing. So, well, thank you. Oh, I can see people that I haven't seen for a long time. Hello, everyone. So happy to be with you again. Right. So, for today, guys, I would like you to picture a couple of things. So we're going to start. I'm going to start sharing, and of course, this will be a dialogue. We're going to explain the market as usual. But now, I would like you to keep this image here. Let's see how many of you here are you guys. Do you guys drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you use GPS navigator?
Yes.
Yes.
Does this sound familiar?
Ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Waze.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it? What does it do?
It tells you where to go, navigating.
And how does it do it?
Like Google.
Like Google. Okay, so basically, yes, this is it. This is GPS. Well, so the first thing that it does is it's technology, obviously. The first thing that it does is locate you. So once you are located, then it calculates the best route for you to arrive from place A to place B. Okay. Unlike other similar GPS navigators, Waze has a community behind. Yeah, so it's the users who interact and can actually help other users in real time. So they have, well, this digital technology. Imagine now that we apply it to education, right? With the idea of the community behind. So this is what Oxinity is. Now, what we do is, again, we measure every single input. We have created that SaaS, it's service, so software as a service, or technology that helps teachers teach faster. So the way we do it is, right, you can imagine textbooks and pretty much, I don't know, 90% of the providers still use textbooks and still follow this analogical model. So to go digital or to digitalize education is not just to take some books and digitalize them. We have that. It's not even take the channel and like Zoom and use it, or a whiteboard. This is not. These are just tools. To digitalize education means actually be able to measure and store information, store information. And once we have, you see, this is once we take the education from this stage and we turn it into digital, means that we can apply filters. We situate first, or we locate where the students stand, like Waze with us. We know their starting point, the exact starting point, and then we are able to calculate the fastest route for them. Not only that, but because we measure in real time all the strategies that we apply, we can adjust or calibrate the route after each interaction. So we apply filters within from the back end. What are these filters? We don't need the content that is already acquired. We don't need to use it because that would be repetition. We don't. We know what the need is, so we identify the need and we go to cover it. And we also take away those contents that are not acquired but are too complex. So these are also within the student reach yet. So this is done daily. And the way to do it is, or the way to, the tool actually that we use to address this strategy is with the activities, which again, we measure every day with every interaction. So that way you guys can teach faster, and better. This is what digitalizing education means. This is it. Now, along with that, when you digitalize, when you have this vision, and when you are able to digitalize education in this way, then you need some tools for the users. So, what are the users? Well, students in your clients, your students in the first place. For that, we have created the app oxinity.com, where we use big data to store all the information from them and to calibrate the fastest route for each one of them. Yeah, it's very personal. For you guys in im.oxinity.com, we have all the content, all the class content based on, again, calculate all the routes for each student in each class are calculated there. So when you see activities, it's not just, oh, well, it's a nice activity, I'm going to teach it, or it's not so nice, I'm going to skip it. It actually, the activity tells you, it's a small, mark in the route that tells you this is needed, this is necessary. Okay, so it traces the route for each student. Then we have the virtual assistants, we call it vendor. It's the neurologic center, we call it, because it concentrates all the service that we provide, and we are able to act up in real time upon on it. So we have a team of people, and you have been interacting with them, that monitor all the connections and help people in real time, especially in the online classes. They help you, they help the student. And until here, you may say, okay, so all this is clear, right? But then we go further and we have created business models. So why bothering? Because we can simply monetize all these these digital products, and that's that. Why do we need business models? So we need business models basically because before I show you what business models we've created, we need business models because we think that there is no quality without teachers being able to make good living from it. And now, right now, the market, the situation of the industry is literally smashing the teacher. Now, we've been talking about it, how you go, and all of you know that there are big platforms that can provide hours for you, because let's face it, what you need are hours. Yeah, all this is beautiful, digitalizing education, having all the content, making your life easier, defining the route for each student. This is beautiful, but you need hours. And hours are out there. You have to go and get them, and it can be a jungle. Now, ours, especially when all the marketplaces emerged, they made the situation of teachers very complicated. But there is another consequence. So the complication comes from a lot of concentration of offer, means that you compete in price, full stop. There is no more to it. Those who think that you can make a difference with quality, forget about it. The teacher uh, above or below you will destroy that strategy, right? So when we compete in price, forget about it. But marketplaces have also made it very difficult for academies to survive. Right now, academies, which is the other alternative that you may think about. So I either will go and get hours in marketplaces or in academies. But academies today either are closing or about to close. Small academies are. Yeah. Then we have chains, which have different business models. They put a lot of money into the premises. They make them beautiful. But again, teachers are a cost. So how can you guys get hours, right? In order to get hours, I'm going to show you some models. That's why we need them, because eventually we know that you have to make a good living so that you can happily provide this quality and grow. Now, before I show you the strategies that we think, you guys tell me what strategies do you know? How you can you get hours on the top of your head? I can get hours. Where? Who wants to give it a go? Andres or Georgie? Come on, no.
Georgie always talks, so I don't
Georgie,
know.
Georgie talks. Yeah.
I'm just going to repeat what you have said before, but you mean out of safety, if we need to get out, if we want hours, we need to demonstrate and show that we are quality teachers and reliable. So the wider the scope of our availability, and as long as we respect the teaching system to the max and we have help for that, we will be assigned teaching hours. And if we are an amazing partner and we can share our own clients with the rest of the community, that would also be a way, I think.
So this is great. This is great, and this is fantastic. And probably right now we have to think, yes, but we have new teachers here and consolidated partners. So the consolidated partners know and understand Georgina. They know what it is. But a new partner, say Barbara. Barbara, welcome to you. Why would Barbara trust us? Why would she? I mean, she doesn't know us at all. So why would she trust us? Uh, it sounds too good to be true, right? One of those things that you read online. Noxinity is too good to be true. So there must be something wrong about it. Okay, so, well, before Barbara answers where you can get hours, Mari Carmen, what do you think?
For new teachers to help Barbara in this case, right? What I would tell her is to try and share the IDC number that she's got on her promo button on her screen on her platform. Copy paste that, share it with her clients, with her friends, to get organized there first and see how she's going to see a lead on her platform, and from there she will get hours from Xinity as a first step. That
Okay.
would be the answer for new teachers.
So this is it, and I'm reading Barbara's thoughts, and she's now thinking this is too difficult, and why would I bother? There are easiest ways. Come on, I don't need this.
I would ask her, why don't you need to do copy paste and get a client and get more hours? I would answer her.
That's kind of weird, right, Barbara? Am I reading your thoughts here, or I'm just?
Actually, I've been to all of the webinars and it doesn't sound that complicated. And to be honest, before I even had my first interview, I did one thing that I always do when I'm searching jobs. I just went to social media, your social media, and see the comments. And you have very good reviews from teachers that are either teaching or teach at Xfinity. So for me, that's always a good thing to see. So obviously I still need to see it for myself, but I feel optimistic about it.
Okay. So, okay, thank you, because I have to tell you, well, I'm kind of making a spoiler here, that it's very difficult, but don't take these words. Don't forget about this now. So, Andres, how about you? What do you say?
Hi. Well, Georgina has always stole my answer, but I will tell Barbara this. I heard you compare this to a job, and it's very, very important that from the get-go, we all understand, especially new teachers, that this is not a job. This is you opening your own business. And when you open your own business, at first, it'll always be very, very difficult. What is this one thing that differentiates this business from any other business? And it's that all the tools are readily available for you. Oxinity gives you every tool for you to be successful. You just have to listen to them and learn how to implement all these different features that they have in order to achieve success much sooner than you would on your own. And if you look at it like that, you look at it as a new business, then you will understand and be aware and be patient with the process at the beginning, because eventually it will pay off. And that eventually very much depends on your ability to actually do the work. So you can see benefits. It took me about 3 months to get a very, very, very steady flow of clients and to start making a very good living. And I think I turned, 3 years with Oxinity this October.
Wow.
And still all going very, very well.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for this. So this is a real testimonial, Georgie. I'll give you the chance to explain further, but let me explain this because I think that we need to explain this. So before understanding what even using, why using the IDC, why pasting, that it's easy, etc., etc., I think that we have to understand how can we get ours, right? So the first thing is a marketplace. Now, Barbara, you have high chances to get many hours in a marketplace. I have to tell you this, yeah? Because in marketplaces, you compete with a nice photograph, which you will be able to provide. And next step, you only have to lower your price. Then you will get tons of hours. Will you be happy with them? I doubt it, but you will get them. Yeah. So this is option number one. Now, option number two is, okay, so why if I don't have the optimum conditions? Why if I'm not a young, blonde, beautiful lady, native speaker, blah, 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 yeah? Why if I don't have all these conditions? Why if I'm not the chosen one out of 8,000? Right? What happens now? What if I don't want to be paid €5 an hour, €4 an hour, but I want to make actually a living from it? So how do I go about it? Yeah. So this is why we have created here the models that we have created. Okay. So the first model is something that you guys have used, and it's very easy actually to use. This is your teacher profile. So when you pitch your profile, you hope for someone to choose it. And you can do it in tus clases particulares, Preply, everywhere. But, you know, it's going to be very hard. And the cost will be the rate per hour. So the lower it is, the more successful you will be. Perfect. But your profile is something that you can use to attract students, of course. Yeah, if they like you, of course they will stay with you. But this is one model. Yeah, the model of private students. So they can be online, they can be also in person. Now, if they are in person, you have to know that why we have here cafeterias, because if classes are in person, then again your students would want to pay as little as possible. If they want to pay as little as possible, your alternative is grouping. Otherwise, going from from your place to the student place, for instance, you're increasing the time. So you're not you have to calculate not just 1 hour for teaching, but 2 hours. One of them will be commuting. And then whatever you cash per hour you have to divide by 2. So the best option in this case is, okay, so why don't I group students? But again, it won't be in my place, but I have a cafeteria downstairs. So I'm going to the cafeteria, I'm opening a place there, and I can start grouping students there. Yeah, it may not be immediate, but definitely profitable. Okay, so on top of that, you can have another strategy. Yeah, so we said your profile in marketplaces or here, and then you can have another strategy, which is, for instance, a strategy that Georgina is using. So Georgina is using the strategy of social media. And when in social media, and she will acknowledge it, problem number one is content. Now, if you have ready to use content, then the problem is solved. You only, it's what Mari Carmen said, copy paste. Yeah, so you share and you can hope for people to react. Okay, but you can also go for another strategy here, another model, which is, and if I don't have all the necessary, because no one has all the elements in one, no profile has all the everything that the student may want in their profile. Yeah, some look for business English, some look for English for kids, some look for whatever their objective, their idea of the ideal teacher is. So by offering just a community of teachers, what you do here in Oxinity, and only here, you can offer, you're telling the student, choose any of the profile you want, any of them. How you will benefit? You will simply exchange the hours. So this is another thing that you have to remember. Our models work when we learn to exchange. So why would we exchange? And then it requires an explanation, because it's not like going crazy about finding your fit and who you can exchange with, because we facilitate that. We make it easy for you. But offering you as a teacher, giving the student the chance to choose from any profile simply increases the chances of a good purchase, because the student will choose, and you will exchange the hour, that the chosen hour, for a convenient hour. This is it. So this is why it's easy. And why do you need to exchange? Because your individual schedule is very hard to fill. You have, look at this, even if you work 7 days a week, which I don't recommend you, it is too much, you know, you have maximum 7, but let's go realistic. You have 5 lunch times and 5 afternoons, and no one is going to want to fill your gap at 11 a.m. Everyone will want 1 o'clock, everyone will want 2 o'clock if companies, everyone will want 5 to 6, 6 to 7 if private students or kids. You don't have much of it. It's very hard to fill. So once if it's empty, it's very easy until it gets to the point where, okay, now what? If I already teach at that hour, but I don't teach at 11 and I want to teach at 11, then what? So it's much better for you guys to adopt this, for instance, this approach and say, hey, you know what? You choose whoever you want at the time that you want, because we have teachers all over the world, 4 continents. So you choose it, and I'm happily afterwards exchange it and fill my gaps, mine. And how will I do it? I'm not going to bargain with my colleague, with Andres, with Mari Carmen, with Kaylee, with Blanca. No. I'm going to tell Oxinity, hey, Oxinity, here is my student just chose, or my client just chose Blanca. Can I have an 11 a.m. class? Of course. So this is how you get classes. This is it. So either you try to pitch your profile and you alone go on a fierce competition with thousands of profiles, or you use thousands of profiles for you. Only that Preply won't allow you to do that. Tus clases particulares, and sorry, I'm using them, but well, whatever. Tus clases particulares won't allow you to do that. It's not absolutely out of question. We do allow you to do that. So you can do it, right? So you can do this, and especially when we think of social media, yeah, we notice it's difficult and it takes time. So we help you. Andres just said, it took me 3 months to make it work. Okay, but we didn't wait for Andres to get his first client. We helped him. Why? We measure everything. Remember that? And we saw what he was doing. So he was saying, all right, I'm going to listen to you guys. So what do you say? Social media, it works and it's slow. Fair enough, but I'm going to do it. Or my contacts, so I'm going to do it. Or my profile, I'm going to do it. So he was just taking the approach of I'm going to do it. Bev, she's not here. I hope she can watch us. Bev is trying a very hard market, but she's trying every day. What do? We appreciate it, we see, and we help her. And the rest of you as well. So those who actually understand that things take time, but eventually once you get to the stage where you know now the market works for you, so we see that, we help you. Yeah, because we know, Gergo said it last time, teachers need stability. We know it, right? So we know it, but we're not fool. So when we say we're not stupid, and we also want something from you, that something is to understand that in a class, you have someone else's, not Oxinity's client, if it's Oxinity, I can waste them. No. You're teaching someone else's client. You're teaching client that Georgina has recruited, Josie has recruited, Blanca has recruited, Kaylee, Gergo, anyone, everyone here. Therefore, I can't do whatever I want based on the fact that I'm a great teacher and that's that. No, I have to take my students from point A to point B with the fastest route. This is it. I have to understand that that person has relied on us to take them from point A to point B with the fastest route. And that excludes some practices, guys. That excludes them. That it allows you to change practices of, say, a classic. My activities are bad this week. They're very bad. Okay, change them. Do something else, but cover this content. Do a great activity that you can come up with, but do this content. Your student needs it. We've measured it. We know they need this. So, or don't rely on your charm and small talk because it can be very boring for your students. So another classic is, I'm just going to spend my hour chatting and we're having this pleasant conversation. So where are you taking them? You're changing the route. With what purpose? So where do you have a strategy? Are they actually going to learn faster that way? Or we're going to have to deal with comments such as, my teacher did a gap fill, I was bored, they made me read, etc., etc. Okay, so to this I say, if you understand why this community has adopted certain practices, then it will be very easy to kind of situate and calibrate even your teaching skills. It's very easy to calibrate them. Okay, so, and please, when just a parenthesis here, if a student provides feedback, some of you, if they tell you, I did a reading and it was boring, do not assume that it's not that. It is that. Do not assume, perhaps they wanted to be alone. Perhaps no. Perhaps no. They tell you, I don't want to read. That's it. Perhaps they want a one-to-one class. No, they're Georgina's client in an open web class. That's what they want. Perhaps they don't want anything but the system, perhaps, yeah? So these are the things that we have to think when we operate together. The result is maximum for you. Optimization, time optimization, money optimization. Okay, so scaling, not living, not being pending on, will I be ready? What will they want? Will I have to change? Will I have to collect this class so they will cancel on me and I'm going to, you know, to count with 25% less at the end of the month? This is it. So we know it's hard, but that's why we help you on return of attitude. And then what have you achieved? Well, actually, it's quite impressive, yeah, because together we have done all this. So look at it. Look at it. Look at the visual of things that not only you can understand, but you have created them. You're part of them. These 25,000 activities, editable in real time. This is yours. It comes from you. It goes to you. It's yours. This 90 partners in 4 continents, it's for you again. That allows us to cover classes from 8 in the or 7 in the morning to 2 p.m. No, 2 a.m. at 2 a.m. at night because of our colleagues in Mexico. So that's why I say you can choose. You can choose how to concentrate your hours because of this network. All the webinars, all the app questions, all this is quite impressive. You have done it, and a very impressive conversion rate. So a funnel is 25% conversion rate, and for some of you, it's even more. For who? For those who interact a lot with your prospects. You guys absolutely nail it. Yeah. So benchmark. So how we approach the market here. Yeah, so we approach the market with a very clear strategy that you deserve better, that you can't live on 7 euros and 11 euros and I don't know, 10 euros or whatever, that you have to be able to make a good living, but without either. So it's not an either we smash the student or we smash the teacher. No, no, no. Both have to have their best solution, but on top of that, on top of everything, we go to market with a product. So it's not just, oh, the preparation is on the teacher, they're an expert, spend 2 more hours preparing. No, we have a digital product ready to use, calibrates the route and provides fastest learning. So this is it. This is what we do, right? And again, based on trust and based on exchange. So Trust is built little by little. We know it. And we know that we have to give the first step. We know it. So we have to show you that we are trustworthy. So when Georgina says, we are going to guarantee 5 hours, but do something good. So teach well. You have to know what that is. And you have to understand that, yeah, so it's not Oxinity, yeah, Oxinity trusts not their clients, Georgina, Josie's clients. I have to do an amazing job for them. So I'd rather ask, I'd rather ask, hey, Georgina, any advice? Because I have a student of yours trying with me. Wow, it's a responsibility. Any advice? And she will tell you. She will probably tell you very little, one word, stick to the system, right? So basically this is it. And to those that have shown a very open attitude, I really thank you, because open attitude means that sometimes we think that we do great, and then there is that student that provides this feedback, and some of you have understood and have been able to change it. So we're very thankful, because it's about helping you to get to the stage where everyone is going to want classes with you. This is it, but not because your charm is amazing and your appeal is. It is what it is. It can be fantastic or not, but if you have the right strategy, then you should be the best option for your teachers, for your students. Sorry. So that's why the whole bother, and that's why it's too good to be true. Well, I don't know, but based on trust. So trust, you trusting us, we trusting you in this, and then If we have that, then the first people that will invest in you, this is us, and us meaning every single partner that is growing. And why is Georgina growing? Georgina is growing simply because she can. I mean, she has a system where she knows that this strategy that she has adopted of I'm going to communicate a lot and provide solution works. So she's a great teacher because a lot of people want to be with her, only that she can't cope with everyone. That's why she needs amazing partners there to pass on classes to. So that's what makes her a good teacher, you know. And when she's exchanging, she can exchange because she can rely her hours, yeah, based on trust again. So she exchanges and she keeps what she wants to do, the number of hours that she wants to teach at the times that she's available. Right? The exchange system works very well. And exchange again is not just you don't have to worry. You have to know that your student can choose out of everyone according to their needs, and that gives you the chance to exchange. Yeah. So you go for all these people's profiles here or your own, but it depends. It's a valid strategy, right? To go with your profile or to show or to trust your student and to tell them, you know, you choose. Whatever you need, we have it. Everything in Uxinity belongs to me. Therefore, I can offer all these resources to you. So, and then once we get the student, then exchange it. If it fits perfectly into your schedule, there is no need to exchange. You keep it. If it doesn't fit perfectly in your schedule, you exchange it. Okay, so this is it. Is it easy? Well, it's very easy in a marketplace, but the cost is, well, you have to reduce your rate. It's more difficult in social media, but the result is an increase of your rate per hour, and we support you. This is what I really needed to explain to especially new partners, but if you have any questions, now is the moment. Ask what's in your mind. Let's see if I can answer and clarify. No questions. Okay, so yeah, Josie, go for it.
Hello. Yeah, I've got a general question just about one of the statistics on one of the earlier slides. So it says that they learn 10 times faster. I'm just wondering if we've got any like concrete data to back that up in case when we show that they ask about it.
Yes, sure. We have to provide these statistics and make it so we keep everything. It's very easy and very difficult because the IT team is saturated. But if you want evidence, we can see how we can dress all the data that we have and provide it to you. But believe me, you can be confident that when you eliminate all the where is it? All the unnecessary elements, you get the fastest route. So imagine that again, associating it with a route. Imagine that you have to go from point A to point B, and yeah, you can go different. You can take different routes. Maybe the fastest route is not doesn't have I don't know, doesn't have the best views just because it's fast, but that's what your student needs. So sometimes you want to say, I want to enjoy the route, so I don't mind repeating. I don't mind repeating content, and I don't mind doing a gap fill, and I don't mind doing something that I already know and waiting for my colleague to finish and doing this small talk. I don't mind that. Yeah, but that's not the most efficient one. When you get out all the unnecessary elements, you're actually speeding, right? English is easy. Well, it's not easy, but it's easy to structure it. It's easy to structure it. It's easy to reduce to 147 structures. And vocabulary, it's another story. But again, the most commonly used words, 3 to 4,000 words. So this is the fastest route. Then, of course, if we aim perfection and broadening the vocabulary, etc., yeah, we can work more in it. But with this 147 structures plus 3,000 words, your students will be speaking English, using it, communicating. So if you can't measure what exactly they know, it will take forever, especially in a group class, but even in a one-to-one. Yeah, so you change the practice and you change the entire outcome. But if you want some evidence, okay, we'll see how we can provide it. But remember, it's the giving you the tools to identify the fastest route and to recalculate every day with every interaction. Okay, so what we have measured is if we take these elements, you break them down into classes, then it takes 3 years, 3 years from 0 to C1 to learn English. What's the average of language schools? What's the average that the British Council advises? It's 4 times slower, but it's 4 times slower. And what are the results? Yeah, so you study English for 12 years, and yet you can't say I'm on C2, absolutely fluent and understanding everyone. No, I understand my teacher, and I know the grammar, but I struggle speaking, right? So this is the result. So it's not just telling them, you should never start with the conclusion. You should start with the process. If you tell your student, I can make you learn 10 times faster, well, either you explain them how, or it will be a little bit, so yeah, you say so and everyone else. So how do you do it? But when you explain, yeah, I know where you stand because technology identifies your starting point, and then we identify your goal and calculate the fastest route. And then we recalculate every day. So they can see it. They can see the green faces. You can see it as well. But it happens. That's what it is. 8 years old children speaking like with the same fluency as an adult. This is the best evidence. Your students are the best evidence even. Yeah. So maybe that's a great approach. Maybe just remember your students. They are the best evidence. So, Mari Carmen, you wanted to say something?
Just a small detail for Josie, maybe it's useful for her when she speaks to her leads, that talking about dates, if they do use the game in their app, on top, they will see the date before the C1 level, equivalent to the C1 level. So if they interact not only with our classes and our teachers plus the game, they have a clear picture as well of how well they're doing and how well they're advancing.
Mm-hmm. This is true. An idea from one of our teachers, he's not here now, but an idea is, okay, so can we make all the comments that we receive, the feedback a little bit more explicit? So yeah, it's another idea that will give you more arguments, but the main argument is actually to to explain this process of how we have digitalized, how you guys participate in this revolution of digitalizing education. Okay, so for those of you, I don't know who, Nicola, hi to you. Can I use, because can I ask you to explain, since I know that you've been in marketplace, in other platforms, other marketplaces, can you make a little comparison from what you've understood today compared to the places that you know, the platforms that you know?
Yeah. So for me, from what I've learned this week, it seems very different in that my experience of working on italki and Preply is that it's more about the platforms making money from the students, and there's little kind of thought about the teachers, about their well-being, about their support or anything. And I feel like with Oxinity, it's more about actually helping the teachers be better teachers, grow, and support that way to then also get more students in a kind of different way.
So since you mentioned it, or since you mentioned that the go-to-market strategy that these platforms have is this, and I asked you yesterday, I remember asking you, once you get the student, is the student, does it belong to you? Are you the owner, so to speak, or it belongs to the platform? You said it always belongs to the it stays with the platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it stays with the platform. The platform takes 20 to 33%, yeah, because the other one takes 20, this one 33, and they need that. They need to take it from you in order to make their marketing strategy, right? Because right now they're one of the big players. So in order for students to reach them, they take this money and they use it that way. Yeah. So that's what happens in marketplaces like that. So those who have the first-hand experience will understand why we don't want to market our idea, our educational solution in this way. Why we want to create different models for teachers. Georgina, over to you.
Yeah, about those marketplaces, I've never been there, and I guess they're really popular, but you mentioned there's high chances of getting hours. I don't think so. I talked to a lot of people, and a lot of them are in more than one. So if they're in more than one, that means something. And all of them, some of them say, oh, the hours have gone down. And when I think of these marketplaces, it's like there's 8,000 people and one rock star, only one. And Oxity, like a band, where everybody is like as important as everybody else, right? And okay, you might get a lot of hours in those marketplaces, but if the price goes down, you have to work more. I actually got a harsh review a few weeks ago and saying, oh, but Oxinity, maybe the objective is not to work at all, and I'll only have your clients, and that's horrible. I don't know, but if I can make money without working, I'm sorry, but who would not want that? I guess, right? And about stability, everybody wants stability, but how can you have stability with such unstable scheduling, right? Such unstable sort of like timetables, it's impossible. So when we talk about availability, it's for the benefit of actually the teacher as well. And to finish up, when we talk about the classes and being a quality teacher, I think we talk a lot about the liberty of a freelance teacher, especially me. I want to be free, but we don't talk enough about the responsibility. And being free is leads to a lot of responsibility. And I think that we need to think about that when we're in the class with a student. And and in the marketplaces, we might get many hours instantly, but it's a short-term race. And what happens in the long run? And here at Oxinity, maybe it's difficult, it's challenging. Yes, it's not easy. It's a long-term race, but as Andres was saying, the stability arrives eventually, and it's there, it's permanent, and it's for us. So I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, actually, you are at a stage where you can explain all this for people that start. I would just say until you get to a moment where, because Georgina, let's contextualize it. She started first filling her hours, and once she did that, and when she chose the most convenient ones for her, she then started growing further. So it's not that she's one of the hardest working people that I know. So when she says without working, it's actually with a lot of effort, but in different areas. Yeah, she's using it in different areas. But what she has achieved in the first place is she can exchange the hours. She can exchange those that uh, are not suited for her with hours that are suited for her. The only thing that happened with her is that she grew beyond that, beyond her availability. And all these hours that all these extra students, yes, she is actually getting the margin, not a commission. Because I hear that a lot as well. Oh, so you want people to be on a commission? No, 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 no. It's once you cover your hours with the hours that are convenient for you because you've exchanged them and you have filled your schedule as you want it, then the margin of students that are go with other teachers allow you to increase your rate per hour. So, it's not without an effort. Only that when things are slower to achieve, there has to be someone to support you and to trust in you the hours of others. So as Georgina trusts now other teachers to do hours of her students. At first, we trusted her, and she didn't disappoint. Yeah, she was doing an amazing job. So actually, the better this relationship works, the better for you. Your stability is pretty much granted. The stability, yeah. So the stability is it's never you assure me stability and then I perform well. It's hand in hand. I perform well, I'm trusted more hours. I perform well, I'm trusted more hours. I grow, I'm trusted more hours. I get a student, I exchange it, I optimize my schedule, I reach my stability. This is how it goes. So this is it. And this is why it's very annoying when you hear that we want people to go on a commission or we want people to take money without working, which implies someone else has to be, doing the job. It's not that. It's just that she's worked a lot. Georgina is super hardworking. Yeah. And because of that, she's grown. And because of that, she helps other teachers. And of course, she has the margin. Of course, because she's brought the client. This is it. But someone benefits from the hours. Yeah. Someone here benefits from the hours. New teachers benefits from the hours. Okay. So anything else, guys? Any other question or how about Moira? Moira is someone that I haven't met before. So I guess first time for you. Hello.
Yes, hi, I'm new here.
Okay, I can't see
Yes.
you, but
Sorry, yes, I'm going to try to now. You can see me, right?
oh yeah, nice to
Yes.
meet you.
Yes, nice to
So,
meet you
okay,
too.
first time with us, and I guess you've met Georgina, and now you're meeting all these guys. And what are your thoughts after after this chat?
It's
Oh,
really
can you guys
happy
hear?
to be. Oh, sorry.
Moira, it got cut. Would you please
Oh,
repeat?
yes, of course. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so what I was telling Georgina yesterday is that I'm really happy to be here because I've been working on an academy for basically 7 years teaching English. And what I was telling her is that I felt that most of my work wasn't valued or it didn't have any reward, or I always had to work more but never get paid the hours that I work more,
Mhm.
or those things. And so I don't know, I really got tired of working in that system. So I'm really happy to be here and experience I don't know, like work and I don't know, be successful or be happy with what I do or feel that it's getting uh, a value or that someone is, I don't know, like appreciating that, you know. So that's why I don't know, I was really pleased to be here. And I really like the way you work for that, because I think it really benefits the worker and then but the client too, you know. It's a really, it's a system that goes like both ways in this case.
Sure, of course. And since you've been working in an academy, what happened to this academy? Are they still in market, or what happened to them?
Yes, I'm still working there right now, but what I'm doing now is doing like administration work. I just changed basically. So I've stopped teaching classes, but I'm working there like for administration. But I don't know. I don't know if that is going to last a lot, because
Mhm.
I don't know if the academy is going to survive much longer, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I mean,
But
this is it. This is it. So the models of academies is already very obsolete. Plus, again, I'm going to go back to what type of product they offer. So is it the same old approach, analogical approach to education, or they have adopted some other digital solutions, which I highly doubt. But the place of the teacher in an academy will always be a cost. A cost. So, a cost not only, but you are required to provide quality, which you have to somehow make happen with the tools that you are given, which is a textbook. So the preparation, the engagement, everything is on you. The criteria, everything you're required to deliver, but you can't be paid what you deserve. There is a ceiling there. Yeah, they have overheads. If you eliminate overheads, you can create models that are much more effective.
yeah.
So, uh-huh. Okay. Uh, Georgina, no, Hazra, sorry, Hazra, go ahead.
Hello.
Hi,
Hello.
hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay, hello, how are you, everyone? Sorry,
yes.
after such a long time. Actually, now I have a newborn baby, so that is why I was.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. That's why I was absent. Actually, now I'm back to France, and I'm stuck somewhere. I don't know. I have to say here or no. I'm trying to like use different medium, for example, social media, as well as to go different places, to use to I mean to do the publicity for the classes. But I don't know why. I don't think there's not a lot of people who likes to do online classes. So I don't know what should I do, because I really want to do something online rather than to go at home and stuff because of the newborn. So do recommend me, what should I do? Is there anything else I can do? Or I mean, I'm stuck maybe somewhere in France. People doesn't like to go with it. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Not like
Yeah.
with kids especially. I don't know.
It's perfect, because if you want to grow, you will grow. So eventually, we will work individually with you, and you have people here that have done this same process that can give you good tips and good advice. But on top of that, I'm going to actually ask them to advise you. On top of that, I tell you that Maria and I, especially I, because now Maria is a bit busy, but we are very happy to work with you
Thank you.
in your individual strategies. Get started. If you start, then again, once you've started and once you are able to tell me I've done this, then to adjust, to tweak things is going to be easier. Those who have started, fantastic. Yeah, even if you don't know, it's fine. It's fine, and I know that it's slow. Results will come. We'll work together. I will get in touch. You get in touch with me, and we're going to draft your strategy. Now, if people want to give you some advice, then it's fine. What I want to tell you is, we know that it's hard, but if you have started, we will help you. We will invest in you. We have invested actually in you. We will continue supporting you. So, guys, tips for Hazra. What should she do?
People in France, think about it.
People in France.
Yeah.
Maria has actually an idea. But even before results will come, if you, Hazra, are happy with the system, we're going to invest ours in you. I know that you love your target, which is kids, so we will be very happy to collaborate with you and to support you. And on top of that, we really need French teachers. Mari Carmen, a tip for Hazra.
I think it's a very easy, simple tip, but I think it's the best one. And when people are reluctant to do that, which in fact has happened many times, the best way is to tell them that the only way they can find out is by trying. They have a trial for free where their kids, in this particular case, will enjoy sharing a class with others. And when they're reluctant to that and they do try, next thing you know is that they loved it because of the dynamics, our teaching system, etc. So the best thing I think is to say, okay, I understand your point of view. I understand you like in person better, but just try it for free once and see what your kids tell you. And it does work.
I am doing this, and actually, I'm going to just start one thing, a kind of voluntary class with the library in France, in my area, just to show the parents that who am I. I'm doing this, so I actually wants to convince the French parent that to take their classes online with me. Or once, another thing I also propose them from my area is take some classes with me. 4 days a week class with me online and 1 day at home. This thing I also propose, but sometimes it's very hard for everyone to accept. And obviously, if I have to go somewhere else, it's the money. The fee, that's not that much when I have to go.
Okay, then in this case, maybe, Ashra, you need to add our added value that if they do go in an open web class, they're going to have different accents. They're going to have flexibility in schedules. We have a huge added value that certainly is on top of just classes in person with one teacher. Our teaching system, our acceleration, what we're talking about now as well.
Yeah.
So all that could be added to your speech, which are only pluses for them.
And thank you, Mari Carmen. And also, Hazra, you need volume, just volume, because remember what I showed you here, guys, the funnel. Yeah, this here, 421, and you need volume. So when you start working and when you start sharing content, we know it, we measure it. So in this point, from this point onwards, you will be supported, but you have to continue. So if you don't stop there, once you receive the support, if you don't stop but you continue, then even though it can be slower, we're going to fine tune your strategy in social media, the pitch itself, everything. We're going to fine tune it, because sometimes it's a matter of changing the message, telling them, instead of this, telling them that, we're going to measure again everything and tell you, try this and try that. But you need more volume. So just don't stop, continue doing what you're doing. And we're going to incorporate different tactics here. So I'm not going to overwhelm you now. We're going to talk about it personally, but approaching groups, not just my Facebook page or my LinkedIn page, and that's that. No, specific groups, specific content. This strategy here of content. Yeah, we have a lot of content. So which content, where, how often, all these things, we're going to fine tune them. So what you need to do is constantly, you have to send people to take a look at the page. Just this, what we call clicks, yeah, taking a look at it, getting the attention. Once this starts, then we're going to fine tune it. So the page should be as the shop window that displays all the services that students can choose from. And once they choose their preferred option, you're going to choose the class that you want. You are going to exchange it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Georgina, you raised your hand too.
Yeah, just the other few things about working hard and all of that. That harsh comment I got, the person said, "Oh, you get clients without doing anything," and that's kind of like very, very naive, not to say anything else. And I was speaking to a partner this summer, and we were talking about how much effort we make. And he said to me, "Georgina, if I do all of that, I'm not going to have a life." And I was just thinking, yeah, but this is how things are. And if I talk to Barbara and Moira, why should we join Oxeti? Because we're taken care of. And if you come to every single Friday, we're taken care of. And this is maybe a very basic reason that produces everything else for being here.
Of course, yeah. The first is that's it. So support is there, and to that I would say everyone here, and everything and everyone is a resource for you guys. This support is ongoing, right? So you get started, you start, and you try to send people to the areas that they can choose from, and the rest is on us. The rest will be provided, granted. Okay, so with this end in mind, then you guys start. I'm here. Approach me if I can help. Hazra will have a chat individual to see what you can do. Take the tips of Mari Carmen, Georgina, everyone here. And with the new members, welcome, and we'll take exactly the same approach. So thank you, guys. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You start, and we will invest in you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Take
Ciao.
care.
Thanks,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.